Hey crafty friends, this week's free tutorial and pattern is for a honeybee. Honeybees are amazing and I could not resist making a fun one. You don't have to have pom-poms for this one, but I do think they're really cute to have these pom-pom legs. This is a great beginner project for kids who are interested in hand sewing or adults who just want an easy and fun project to put together. So go ahead and click that link, print your pattern, come back here and we will sew this together. To sew this sweet felt honeybee, you're going to need the following supplies. Felt for your bee. This white is for the wings, yellow and black for the bee's body and stripes. Scissors to cut out your pattern. This is embroidery floss. It's just thicker thread. You can use normal thread too. Because I'm using embroidery floss, I do have an embroidery floss needle. It just has a little bit of a wider eye up here, which makes it easier to thread. Something to trace your pattern with, something to stuff your pattern with. This is polyfill. You can also use felt scraps, cotton balls. I've used ripped up plastic bags, so use what you have. Something to cut your pattern out with. The pattern, again, there is a link to the free pattern on my website if you click the link below. And then I think it's going to be fun to put these on the bottom of my bee's feet. So these are just little black pom-poms. You don't have to have pom-poms. You can tie up the legs and do it without, and it's also going to look adorable, but I am going to use pom-poms, so I've got 6 of those. So go ahead, click that link, print your pattern, cut your pattern out, and come back here, and we will trace it and cut it out together. Once you have all your pattern pieces cut out, it's time to start tracing them. Now, as you're tracing them, don't just toss your piece in the middle of your felt. Put it as close to the edge as you can. This will just maximize your felt for future projects. And all of these that say cut to, trace them one time on the side with the words, and then flip it over and trace it the second time on the side without words. This will just make our pieces line up better when we're sewing it together. So go ahead, pause the video, get your pieces traced, and come back here. Once you have your pattern pieces all traced, it's time to start cutting them out. As you cut them out, you're probably going to want to cut in the middle-ish of your scissors with small snips. Do your best to cut off the lines of the pattern. As you can see there, I've got the black that I traced cut off. This is just especially for the wings that are going to show up on both sides. We just don't want our tracing lines to show up if we can help it. Go slow and careful. Get all your pieces cut out, and as you're cutting it out, hang on to any of the felt scraps that come off. This is great filler for inside your plushie, and it can often work as a starting point before you use any other stuffing material. So go ahead, pause this video, get all your pieces cut out, and we will come back here and start piecing our bee together. Have you ever heard the term busy as a bee? That's because bees are so busy. A single bee can visit up to 2,000 flowers in a single day. Once you have all your pattern pieces cut out, it's a good idea to lay it out so you can see how it will look. As you're laying it out, pay special attention to see where there are any tracing lines, and we want to put those against the pattern side so they'll get sewn in. I am going to start by doing my bee's eyes. So I have threaded my needle with my gray thread. I'm pulling both the ends of my string together here. And I am doing a simple loop knot where I'm going around in a circle, putting the ends through. I usually put my finger over this bundle of threads and then pull on the needle side. This gives me a tight knot pretty close to the end, and then pull your needle right down so the string is parallel and even on both sides. Now we're going to look at our bee and decide where we want the eye to be. And I think I'm going to put my eye right here. For this, I'm going to open my bee up, and I'm going to start from the back side of it. I'm going to go the back side forward, pull my needle all the way through, but I'm going to leave a tail back here because I am going to put this needle back through this way, not exactly at the opening, but pretty close. This time I'm going to pull it all the way through, and back here, I'm going to put my needle in the middle of this string, and now I'm going to pull it real tight. So there's my eye, and you can see it's kind of small. It's too small for me. I usually go through about 4 times. This time I'm just going to go through, and I'm going to try and cross over where that eye was, back and forth about 4 times to make that eye bigger. That eye is a much better size for me, and now I want to knot my thread off. So the way that I'm going to knot my thread off is I'm going to stick my needle through this bundle of threads I have back here, and I'm going to grab the tail of it where it's come through my fabric, and I'm going to wrap it twice over the top of my needle. So there's 1, 2, I'm going to pull it down so it's close to where these knots are, put my thumb over the top to hold it in place, and then I'm going to pull this all the way out. And I'm going to snip off my threads. So now I have the tidy side of my eye and the messy side of my eye. I can put that back down here. I'm going to tie my string up again, and I'm going to repeat all those steps on the second eye over here. Once you have eyes on both of your bee pieces, so you can see I've got messy knots on the inside, eyes on the outside. These will line up together, so the messy knots will be inside. You are going to line up your yellow stripe pieces. Again, you're going to want to check them, see if they have any marker lines, and you're going to put those on the inside. This time I have threaded my needle with yellow, and instead of doing 2 strings together at the end, I'm just going to do 1. I'm going to tie this again in a loop knot where I go around, put the end through, put my finger over the top and pull on the needle side of it. Creating a little knot. And then we are going to start sewing this in what's called a running stitch. So for this one, again, we're going to start from the back and go forward. Pull your needle almost to the end, but not quite because we need space to knot this. And then from the same side you came out, you're going to go back through. And then we're going to flip it over. Now this time we don't have 2 strings together, so we just need to go in the middle of the 1 strand we have. If you are sewing with a single thread, you're going to want to double it up and do it in half the same way we did for the eyes, just so it's a little thicker. And now we are going to follow the line of this bee and just go in and out. And you're just probably going to want to keep either your finger on the top of it or reposition it after every stitch to try and keep it lined up with the top and bottom of your bee. Did you know that bees communicate with each other through dance? The waggle dance tells other bees where to find flowers. Also, did you know honey is made from nectar, which the bees collect from flowers? They turn the nectar into honey by mixing it with special enzymes and evaporating the moisture, the liquid in it. Once you get to the top, you don't need to sew across this line right here because we will sew that when we're sewing our 2 pieces together. I'm just going to bounce from the back over to this other side, and I'm going to continue that running stitch all the way down. And then I'm going to sew on the other stripe on this side of my bee, and then I'm going to attach the 2 stripes onto this bee. So go ahead, pause the video, and start working on your stripes. Once you get to the end of sewing your stripe, you can either continue sewing your next one or you can knot off your stitch. Do this to knot it. You're going to put it through a bundle of thread. Again, wrap the end string once, twice over the top. Pull your needle all the way through, and once you do that, you can cut it if you want. I'm not going to cut mine because then I don't have to tie it on again, but if you do cut it, then you're going to want to do another knot stitch. I'm just going to bring mine over here. Keep going with my up and down stitches. Also, if you do this, just make sure you're not pulling it so tight that your bee is bending over. Honeybees live in large families called colonies, which can have anywhere from 20,000 to 60,000 bees. Now we're going to add the antenna and the legs onto both sides of your bee. So what I'm going to do for this is I am going to take a strand of black and I'm going to tie a knot just at one end of it. Again, that's a loop knot, finger over the top, and I'm going to start by adding the antenna to my bee. I'm just going to poke that through here, pull it till my knot's right against the end, and this one I'm just going to cut right here with however long I want my antenna to be, and I'm done. If you are not doing pom-pom legs, you can do the same stitch for your legs and just add 3 legs at the bottom. If you are doing pom-pom legs, this is what you're going to do. You're going to tie another loop knot, grab a pom-pom, and you're going to carefully poke your needle through the middle of it and pull it all the way down to where you did that knot. And then from this side, we're going to go from the forward, the front side of our bee to the back. So I'm going to poke my needle into the front, pull it through until about as long as I want my leg to be, and we are going to create a knot stitch. Now this time you're going to have to be careful because if you pull it too much, your pom-pom's going to end up right up against your bee instead of hanging down a little bit. So pull it out, and then you're going to get just a tiny bit of the fabric on your needle. You're going to grab the end of this. Again, don't pull it too tight or you're going to end up with your leg right against the bee. We're going to loop it twice around your needle. 1, 2. Put your thumb on top to hold it all in place. I've got my thumb on top and I've got my fingers on the bottom holding that leg so it doesn't get pulled tight into my bee. And now we're going to snip it off. And ta-da! We've got an antenna and a leg. So I'm going to repeat that process for the other 2 legs. Did you know that bees spend time grooming themselves to keep their wings and bodies clean and healthy? This helps them fly better. They also can regulate the temperature of their hive either by flapping their wings together to cool it down or clustering really close together to warm it up. All right, so this is the outside of our bee, or this is the outside, this is the inside, and now we get to start piecing these together. So lay the two sides of your bee, one on top of the other. We are going to put the wings in as we sew. You can put them in right now, just if you want to see. This time I am taking a length of string about from my fingertips to my shoulder. I'm doing another loop knot, just a single strand, and I am going to start at the back of my bee right here, kind of by these two back legs. Whoop. And I'm going to put my needle through both pieces of felt, pull it almost to the end, and we're going to do that knot stitch to start it. So again, I'm putting my needle through these threads and pulling it tight. If you have a long tail sticking out with your knot, you can just grab it and push it inside of your felt. And we are going to do a simplified blanket stitch. So to do this stitch, you're going to put your needle through both pieces of felt, and then you're going to grab this tail end that came through and you're going to wrap it over the top of your needle and then pull it all the way out. If your thread is feeling really long, you can grab this second piece and bring it down a little bit lower. You just don't want it getting caught so two strands of thread are getting stuck in your felt. And then we're going to repeat that blanket stitch, going through both pieces of felt, grabbing the tail end, bringing it over the top of the needle, pulling it all the way through both pieces of felt, over the top of the needle, pulling it all the way through. We're going to keep going with that blanket stitch until we reach where we want to add those wings. As you're doing it, just make sure you have the two edges of your felt lined up. The rest of it doesn't matter because it's going to get filled with your polyfill. Every colony has one queen bee, and her job is to lay eggs. A queen can lay up to 2,000 eggs in a single day. I'm going to start adding my wings. I want the big wing towards the bee's head and the little wing in the back. And I have a tiny bit of tracing line showing up, and I'm just putting those in the middle. And now we're going to do that same running stitch that we did when we were catching the yellow stripe. So it's just the in and out stitch. So I'm going to go in, make sure I'm getting all these pieces of felt. There's a lot. Pull my needle all the way through, and then on this side I'm going to go back all the way through. Did you know that honeybees go through 4 stages in their life? An egg, a larva, a pupa, and an adult. It takes about 21 days for them to become adult bees. Now we are going through a lot of pieces of felt right now. If you're finding it hard to get your needle all the way through, if you have a table or a hard ground, you can put it flat and push to try and get your needle to go through all the pieces. And once we're past the wings, we're just going to go back to that blanket stitch where you go through both, and you pull the tail over the top. As you're coming up around the face, just take a second and put your antenna kind of down in the middle so they don't accidentally get sewn into your stitches. If they do get sewn into your stitches, just pause and wiggle them out. We are going to keep going with this blanket stitch until we get to the first line of legs, and there we're going to stop to start filling the plush material into our bee. Once we get around the head with our blanket stitch, we're going to pause right here and we are going to start stuffing our bee. So I usually start with my felt scraps, and you're going to want to stuff the furthest away things first, so aim for stuffing the head, and if you want to try and stuff the stinger, you can go ahead and do that. I don't have quite enough stuffing for my whole bee, so I am going to use polyfill. I'm carefully bending the legs away so that they're not going to get stuffed in. Did you know that honeybees can travel up to 5 miles from their hive in search for food? And once you have your stuffing added, you're going to pull your last blanket stitch tight, and this is going to be tricky because we need to go with a blanket stitch around the bottom of our bee, and we want to not pull in any of our leg pieces or any of our stuffing. So as you're doing it, get the edge of your felt and try and go get the edge on the other side. Then pull the tail over the top, pull it tight. You are probably going to have to push your stuffing in each stitch as you go. Pinch it tight. We're going to go through both pieces of felt, grab the end and pull it over the top. Did you know that honey is stored in hexagon-shaped wax cells called honeycombs, and this is inside the hive? This shape helps save space and uses less wax. Now I'm right back at where I started. I'm going to do this last stitch, and this time I'm going to do a knot stitch. So I'm going to wrap the thread twice around the top of my needle, putting my thumb and finger here to pull it in place as I pull my thread through. Now I'm carefully going to take my needle and poke it into my bee and out the other side, making sure my fingers are far away from it. Pulling my needle all the way through, and once I'm on the other side, I'm going to put my needles on the side, pull the string a little extra tight, and snip. And here we are with our finished honeybee. I had a great time putting this together. I hope that you did too. If you enjoyed this or you like sew-alongs, be sure to come back next Monday. I will have a brand new pattern and sew-along posted. And if you enjoyed this, please like, share, follow along, all the things, any of the things. I love the support, and I will see you next week.